yes, you could absolutely get yourself a passport, get yourself on a plane, spend 2 to 3 weeks in South Korea, dipping your feet into the waters of the language and the culture. Or if you are a college graduate with a bachelor's degree or higher, you could come to Korea as an English teacher. But what if I told you that I think there is a better way to come to Korea? Cheers to another video on this YouTube channel. Hi everyone, my name is Ciaran Dillane. I'm a medical esthetician as well as a graduate from the Korean Language Institute, and I talk all about learning Korean, living as a foreigner in South Korea, skincare, lifestyle, makeup, travel. If you are a returning subscriber to this channel, you will know that I have made a number of videos on the Korean Language Institute, and this video is once again about my love of the Korean Language Institute and why I think it is the absolute best way as a foreigner to come and experience Korea. I do have other videos on the Korean Language Institute, such as a day in the life of a Korean Language Institute student, as well as just what it's like to be a student there, a whole rundown. I think I've got 2 videos on that. Anyway, I'll have them all linked below in the description. So what is the Korean Language Institute? Well, the Korean Language Institute is an educational program offered by a number of different colleges and universities within the country of South Korea. The great thing about this is that there isn't just one university that offers this program. It is all over the entire country, including Jeju Island. I checked this morning. If you want to experience Korea and the beautiful tropical island of Jeju, but you want to learn Korean, you could go to Jeju Island and you could do the Korean Language Institute. Isn't that so cool? Usually the Korean Language Institute is 10 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Essentially 3-month intervals of learning intensely the Korean language, Monday through Friday for 4 hours. This program is going to teach you Korean from Koreans using the Korean language. So you are not going to simply be translating things in your head. You are going to learn to think and speak Korean like a Korean. But not only that, you are going to learn about Korean culture. You are going to learn about Korean history, and this is going to really enhance your understanding of Korea and the Korean language better than anything. There is no textbook, there is no college course in the United States, there is no online service that gives you the Korean comprehension that the Korean Language Institute will give you. But why is this the right way to come to Korea? Signing up for the Korean Language Institute, or the KLI, gives you the opportunity to get yourself on a student visa. And student visas vary depending on what country you're from. I'm an American, but I qualified for anywhere between a 3 to a 6 month student visa. So, unlike a tourist visa that only lets you stay within the country for 3 months, 90 days, if you want to be in Korea a little bit longer, say 6 months, being on a student visa gives you the opportunity to be in Korea for a longer period of time. Unlike a tourist visa, when you're on a student visa, you qualify for Korea's health insurance, and this is so amazing, especially as an American. As an American, we have access to great healthcare. However, it is extremely expensive. It is extremely expensive. So every time I would go into the visa office, I would pay $60, and that $60 would cover me health insurance wise until the duration of my visa ending. So I ended up spending about $120 every year to have some pretty good health insurance. The other really nice thing about the Korean Language Institute is that you still sort of feel like you're on vacation. Yes, you are going to be in lectures Monday through Friday for 4 hours. However, if you have a true passion for learning Korean, it's not going to feel like you're studying at all. The other thing that I found was that the lessons were actually quite fun. They were very interactive. You had breaks. The teachers are doing this because they have a real passion for Korean, for teaching Korean, as well as interacting with foreigners. So I never had a day where I was like, oh my God, I don't want to go to school. Oh, I just want to stay at home. I was really motivated because of the great teachers, the great format of the program, and afterwards I had the entire rest of the day to feel like I was on a vacation. So let's say that you do want to come out here because you are a bachelor degree holder and you want to teach English. Well, I met some English teachers out here that were actually part of the Korean Language Institute. Some of them did actually attend the 4-hour lectures in the morning, and then they went off to academies where they could start, say, at like 2 or 3, and they would be there until 10 at night. How they did that, I have no idea. Props to them. But some of the Korean Language Institutes actually offer weekend classes to English teachers. The weekend classes are a little bit longer. I believe they might have been 5 to 6 hours on a Saturday or Sunday, but when I talked to those people who were doing those classes, they did say that it was wonderful, it was so much fun, that the time flew by, and that it really helped them with their Korean. The other nice thing is that if you are already an English teacher within South Korea, a lot of the weekend Korean language institutes, they will actually give you classes for a really discounted price, if not for free. So because you're on a student visa, there isn't a long-term commitment like there would be if you were on, say, an English teaching visa. Somebody has to be within the country for really about a year normally, and they have to sign a contract for about a year. But the nice thing is that if you come to Korea and you realize, man, this isn't what I expected, I don't see myself here long-term, the great thing is that you can pull the plug once your term is over, and you can go back and you still had an experience that was somewhat between a vacation as well as educational. But to those people who do decide that they want to stick it out, they want to do 2 years, they want to graduate, the opportunities afterwards are pretty unique. Depending on your TOEIC score or your fluency in the Korean language, according to the TOEIC test, vast opportunities can open up to you, or you can continue to study in South Korea as an actual college student. And that will be my goal in November, to go back and actually be a college student within South Korea. The Korean Language Institute isn't meant to just teach you Korean, but it's actually meant to help you pass a TOEIC test as well as become fluent in the language enough to take college level courses in Korea through the Korean language. So currently I'm here in the United States, but when I came back for a few months, I had really cool job opportunities open up to me because I had graduated from the Korean Language Institute. So I know that it sounds a little too good to be true, and there is a catch, and I want to be totally honest. Signing up is really frustrating. It all happens within about a 2-month period, and that might sound like a lot of time. 60 days to get everything in? Yeah. No, it's not a lot of time. You have to airmail all of the required documents off to your school in South Korea, which in and itself is time-consuming as well as expensive. I mailed off everything to my university just a few days ago, and it ended up costing me $70. And the most frustrating thing about it was that I had to show a bank account with $10,000 in it. This is not a flex. I had to ask my family for some help. We had to move some money into a bank account and then have it pulled out and moved back into everyone's account. Why you do this is because they need to know that you have money to be able to take care of yourself while you're out there. So it does make sense. This is for my university. There are other universities that require $5,000 or $6,000. They don't need that money up front. They just want to know that you have the means to take care of yourself. So that was frustrating. The other thing that I had to do was have every single bit of paperwork notarized, and that took a long time. So I had to sign multiple affidavits, staple them to every single form, and that's just to ensure that I am who I am. And even though I am 26 years old, they still needed my mother's information and tax information as well. It's just how it is. Once you send everything off, you have to wait for them to accept you. Then everything gets sent back to you with all of the necessary paperwork for you to get a student visa. You then need to take all of the paperwork that they have given you, fill out an application for a student visa, send that off to your local embassy, have it sent back to you. It's a daunting task. to do in 2 months. It really, really is. And then of course there is the issue of tuition and then getting a flight over there. And a flight over to Korea from the United States is usually about $1,000. And then of course the tuition is very affordable. It's usually about $1,200. And compared to the United States, that is extremely affordable. I don't know where you live, but that might be kind of expensive. But I've always said that the most difficult thing about getting to the Korean Language Institute is that first step of actually getting out there. Once you're there, the workload is super easy. Sorry, that's the phone ringing. Is it over? If you can get out there, it's all smooth sailing. The workload, the program, the people, I really, really think that this is the absolute best way to experience Korea if you don't want to just be out there for a week or two. Being an English teacher in Korea has its unique challenges and its unique opportunities. Being a tourist, I feel like you don't get enough time to really embed yourself in the language and in the culture. If you have a genuine passion for learning Korean, if you see yourself being in Korea long term, look into the Korean Language Institute. Look into it. Really do. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them below. I am all ears. I love to hear from you guys so much. Give this video a like if it was helpful, and if you want to see more content from me, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all of you, and hopefully I will see you in Korea. Bye!